Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jai Shri Bhakta Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapt Kanchan Gorangi Radhe Vrindaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chev Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jai Mudire. बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय।
जय
बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय।
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा
Hare
everyone.
Krishna.
हेलो मयूर हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
कृष्णा हेलो प्रेम सर इज बैक
Yes,
हाउ वाज द ट्रिप
good. It was very nice, relaxing.
वेरी नाइस आई थिंक निशा इज I think at least the first round of taxis are done for Nisha. 15th April. So Nisha is almost like a CPA. She does a lot of tax returns and everything. So it's good to see you back as well, Nisha.
Hare Krishna.
So it's nice. We have been doing. So we are on. Hello, Tarun. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna.
तो हम लोग 7th स्कंद में 10वां अध्याय पढ़ रहे हैं, right? And we yesterday we completed श्लोक 64, and we have been reading in last few chapters. We have been reading about Prahlad Maharaj and Narsingh Bhagwan. Yeah, how it all started with Yudhishthira asking the question to Narad Muni that how come Shishupal, who has been like jealous of Lord Shri Krishna since childhood, you know, he got merged into Lord Krishna's body. और ये प्रश्न पूछने के बाद में नारद मुनि युधिष्ठिर महाराज को बताते हैं कि कैसे सनत कुमार gave श्राप to Jay and Vijay, Dwarkpals of Vishnu Bhagwan, and they were supposed to take 3 births on earth, and 3 births were, which was the first birth?
Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, right? And then Hiranya, and then I think at that time it was also mentioned that Lord Vishnu himself will kill them on earth and then they will get back, right? So first was Hiranyaksha. He was killed by none other than Lord Varaha, yeah? And Hiranyakashipu is what we have been reading so far, like how Prahlad Maharaj was also praying to Narsingh Bhagwan. We started listening to that prayer again from yesterday, but today is Hanuman Jayanti, so happy Hanuman Jayanti to everyone. And at the end, we are going to listen to Hanuman Arti, and then we'll continue tomorrow on Prahlad Maharaj's prayers. Yeah. So after all that, so this is how Narad Muni has been telling the story, right? So that's what we have been reading. And then he also told about Kumbhakaran and Ravan a little bit, and then Shishupal and Dantavak, yeah, killed by Lord Shri Krishna. Yeah. So that's what we have been reading. And now, and then there's a Maya Danav story. And Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Narad Muni to tell him about how Shivji Bhagwan is called as Tripurari and how Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu helped Shivji Bhagwan at that time. And that's what we are reading, like how there's a Maidana, right? And he put all the Rakshasas in the Amrit places, like 3 different places. And then how Krishna Bhagwan came and helped Lord Shiva and all that. That's what we are reading right now. So let's continue reading the Shlok 64. Anilji?
Devo suro naroanyo
वा नेश्वरो अस्ति कश्चन आत्मनो अन्यस्य वादिष्टं दैवेन पोहितं द्वयोः. Mayadav said, what has been destined by the Supreme Lord for oneself, for others, or for both oneself and others cannot be undone anywhere or by anyone, whether one be a demigod, a demon, a human being, or anyone else. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So whatever Supreme Lord has destined, that's going to happen. Yeah. Ajay?
अथासौ शक्तिभिः स्वाभिः शम्भो प्रार्थनिकं विधात् धर्मज्ञान विरक्त्यधिपोविद्या क्रियादिभिः रथं सूतं ध्वजं वहान्धनु व्रमशरादि यत् सन्नद्धो रथमास्थाय शरं धनुरूपपादते. Narad Muni continued, therefore Lord Krishna by his own personal potency, consisting of religion, knowledge, renunciation, opulence, austerity, education and activities, equipped Lord Shiva with all the necessary paraphernalias such as chariot, a charioteer, a flag, horses, elephants, a bow, a shield and arrows. When Lord Shiva was fully equipped in this way, he sat down on the chariot with his arrow and bow to fight with the demons. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So if you remember earlier, what happens is Lord Shiva, all the Devatas, right? So all the Devatas are taken over by Mayadana, and then all the Devatas go to Lord Shiva, and then Shivaji Bhagwan, by his power, right? All the Danas, he pretty much kills them. But then Mayadana creates 3 different Amrit places, and he puts all the Danas in there. So there's a lot of Amrit out there. So then I think we read last time that Lord Brahmaji and Lord Vishnu comes as Gai and Calf, and then they drink all the Amrit, right? And then after that, Lord Krishna gives all these equipments and empowers Lord Shiva, is what is mentioned. Yeah, Nisha?
शरं धनुषि सन्धाय मुहूर्ते ईजितीश्वरः तदाह तेन दुर्भेद्या हरो अथ त्रिपुरो नृप. My dear King Yudhishthir, the most powerful Lord Shiva joined the arrows to his bow, and at noon he set fire to all 3 residences of the demons and thus destroyed them. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So all those 3 residences, right, which is what was created by Mayadana. Yeah, he put all the demons in there. And so all that was then finally destroyed by Lord Shiva. Yeah, and that's why he's also called Tripuro Nripa, right? He's called Tripurari because all the 3 places of Danas he destroyed, right? Prem?
Divi Tudundbhayo Nedur Viman Shankula Devarshi Siddhesha Jete Kusmo Kare Avakir Jagri Hasta Nahi Tush Shap Sharum Naga. Seated in their airplanes in the sky, the inhabitants of the higher planetary system beat many kettle drums. The demigods, saints, pitas, siddhas, and various great personalities showered flowers on the head of Lord Shiva, wishing him all victory, and the apsaras began to chant and dance with great pleasure. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. Tarun?
एवं दग्ध्वा पुरस्तिस्रो भगवानपुरः नप्र ब्रह्मादिभिः स्तूयमानः स्वं धाम Paddhata. O King Udishthira, thus Lord Shiva is known as Tripurari, the annihilator of the three dwellings of the demons, because he burnt these dwellings to ashes. Being worshipped by the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva returned to his own abode. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so after beating the Maidana, he returns to his own dham. Shiva, Anilji.
एवं विधान्यस्य हरेः स्वमायया विडम्बमानस्य नृलोकमात्मनः वीर्याणि गीतान्र्भिर्जगद्गुरो लोकं पुनानान्य परं वदामि किम्. Lord Sri Krishna appeared as a human being, yet he performed many uncommon and wonderful pastimes by his own potency. How can I say more about his activities than what has already been said by great saintly persons? Everyone can be purified by his activities simply by hearing about them from the right soul. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. What Narad Muni is saying is everyone can be purified by his activities, that is Lord Sri Krishna's activities, simply by hearing about them. Yeah. Says Lokam Punanya Param. Yeah. Vadami Kim. Like what else to be said, but everyone can be purified. Siddha Purport Ajay.
Bhagavad Gita and all the Vedic literatures fully explain that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, appears in human society as an ordinary human being but acts very uncommonly for the well-being of the entire world. One should not be influenced by the illusory energy and think Lord Krishna to be an ordinary human being. Those who really seek the absolute truth come to the understanding that Krishna is everything. Vasudeva Sarvam Iti. Such great souls are very rare. Nonetheless, if one studies the entire Bhagavad Gita as it is, Krishna is very easy to understand. The Krishna consciousness movement is just trying to make Krishna known all over the world as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna to Bhagavan Swayam. If people take this movement seriously, their lives as human beings will be successful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? Because it is mentioned that as a human being, the highest perfection in life, right? The greatest thing which anyone can do in the human life is the devotional service, right? That's what we have read again and again. And thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purports of the 7th canto, 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Prahlad, the best among exalted devotees. Bolo Srimad Bhagavatam ki.
Jai.
And this mentioned here, Prahlad, the best among exalted devotees. And who are the other exalted devotees? Out of those 12 devotees, do you remember? Who are referred as the highest of all the devotees?
Sanat Kumar.
Sanat Kumar.
Hanumanji.
Yeah, Lord Brahma.
Lord Brahma.
Ved Vyas.
Ved Vyas Ji.
Narad Muni is also there, I think.
Yeah, Narad Muni. Kapil Muni. Yeah, Lord Shiva himself. Too. Yeah. And Bhishma Pitama.
Yes.
Raja Bali. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like there are 12 who are the highest. It mentioned like those are the authoritative personalities or the greatest exalted devotees. And of course, Prahlad Maharaj, right, is referred as. And then we, of course, also read about 9 devotional service, 9 ways of doing the devotional service, the bhakti. And what are those 9 ways for doing the bhakti?
Shravanam,
Kirtanam,
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 Archanam, Vandanam.
Yeah.
Dasya.
Kirtanam, Padasevanam, Vishnu Smaranam, right? Archanam,
Dasyam.
Atmanivedanam.
Dashyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. And Dashyam is, example given is of the highest bhakti as part of Dashyam, Hanumanji. And that's Hanumanji's birth is what? is being celebrated today, right? Such an auspicious day. So we'll start reading chapter 11, Perfect Society for Social Classes. So we'll read about that. Nisha.
श्री शुक उवाच कृत्वे हितं साधु सभाजितं महत्तमाग्रण्य उरुक्रमात्मनः युधिष्ठिरो दैत्यपतेर्मुदान्वितः प्रपश्च भूयस्तनयं स्वयंभुव. Sukhdev Goswami continued, after hearing about the activities and character of Prahlad Maharaj, which are adored and discussed among great personalities like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, Yudhishthir Maharaj, the most respectful king among exalted personalities, again inquired from the great saint Narad Muni in a mood of great pleasure. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Sri Sukhdev Swami continued, and whom Sukhdev Goswami ji is talking to?
Parikshit Maharaj.
Yeah, Parikshit Maharaj. So originally Sukhdev Swami ji is the one who is reciting Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. Prem, sir.
Shri Yudhishthira Vacha Bhagwan Shrotam Ichhami Nirnam Dharmam Sanatanam Varna Yuktam Yat Punam Vidante Param. Maharaj Yudhishthir said, My dear Lord, I wish to hear from you about the principles of religion by which one can attain the ultimate goal of life, devotional service. I wish to hear about the general occupational duties of human society and the system of social and spiritual advancement known as Varnashram Dharma. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So then Yudhishthira Maharaj is continuously asking questions to whom?
Narad Muni.
Narad Muni, right? They're asking Narad Muni, please tell the principles of religion. Sanatan Dharma. What is Sanatan Dharma? And what is also Varnashram Dharma is what he is asking. Tarun?
Bhavan Prajapateha Sakshadatmajah Parmeshthinaha Sutanam Sammato Brahmastha Puyoga Samadhibhi. O best of the Brahmanas, you are directly the son of Prajapati, Lord Brahma. Because of your austerities, mystic, yoga and trance, you are considered the best of all of Lord Brahma's sons. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And who is saying this right now?
Yudhishthira Maharaj.
Right, yeah. Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling this to
Narad Muni.
Narad Muni, right? That you are the best of all Lord Brahma's sons, right? Narayan para vipra dharma griham param vidhu karuna hai sadhu hai shantasya stva vidyana tadha pare. No one is superior to you in peaceful life and mercy, and no one knows better than you how to execute devotional service or how to become the best of the Brahmins. Therefore, you know all the principles of confidential religious life, and no one knows them better than you. So is what Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling Narad Muni. Tarun?
Yudhishthira Maharaj knew that Narad Muni is the supreme spiritual master of human society, who can teach the path of spiritual liberation, leading to the understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Actually, it is for this purpose that Narad Muni compiled his Bhakti Sutra and gave directions in the Narad Pancharatra. To learn about religious principles and the perfection of life, one must take instruction from the disciplic succession of Narad Muni. Our Krishna consciousness movement is directly in the line of the Brahma Sampradaya. Narad Muni received instructions from Lord Brahma and in turn transmitted the instructions to Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva instructed his son Sukdev Goswami, who spoke Srimad Bhagavatam. The Krishna consciousness movement is based on Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Because Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken by Sukdev Goswami and Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna, there is no difference between them. If we strictly follow the principle of disciplic succession, we are certainly on the right path of spiritual liberation or eternal engagement in devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so what is mentioned is the disciplic succession. And what does this really mean, disciplic succession, right? Is that, there are four trees, four branches from where everything is started, right? So you have Lord Brahma, Sanat Kumars, Lakshmi Devi, and Lord Shiva. And so there are four branches, right? And there are four, and that's how the descendants are. And that's the right disciplic succession. That's where the whole devotional knowledge can be obtained. What we are reading right now and the Srimad Bhagavatam, of course, right? The Krishna conscious movement is the Lord Brahma's descendants, right? So Lord Brahma instructed this to Narad Muni, was his son, and Narad Muni instructed it to Vyasdevji, right? If you remember, we read about that. Instructed Vyasdevji, and Vyasdevji's son is Sukdev Goswamiji, and then Sukdev Goswamiji spoke Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. So this is how the disciplic succession has been there. Anilji?
Shri Narada Uvacha Natva Bhagavate Jaya Lokanam Dharma Setve Bhakti Sanatanam Dharmam Narayana Mukhachitam. Sri Narad Muni said, after first offering my obeisances unto Lord Krishna, the protector of religious principles of all living entities, let me explain the principles of the eternal religious system, of which I have heard from the mouth of Narayan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. He is Narayan Mukhachitam, right? So he has heard directly from Lord Narayan. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Sachin. Sachin.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hello.
Yes. Ye avatiryan yat, excuse me, I can't see properly. Ye avatiryat mano shena दाक्षायण्याम तु धर्मतः लोकानां स्वस्ते ये अध्यास्ते तपो बद्रिकाश्रमे. Lord Narayana, along with his partial manifestation Nara, appeared in the world through daughter of Daksha Maharaj, known as Murti. He was begotten by Dharma Maharaj for the benefit of all living entities. Even now, he is still engaged in executing great austerities near the palace known as Badrikashrama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Narad Muni is saying, and if you go to Badrika Ashram, right, when you go for those 4 Dham Yatra, I think in Badrika Ashram there is a Nar Narayan temple also, and it's mentioned that Nar is Arjun and Narayan is Lord Sri Krishna himself, right? Also, if you go to Swami Narayan, you would have heard about the Swami Narayan, Purushottam Bhagwan, right? He's also descendant of from Narayan. That's how Swami Narayan is, right? But in Badrika Ashram, this is what Narad Muni is saying, yeah, that Nar and Narayan, along with his partial manifestation now, yeah, are existing at Badrika Ashram. Ajay?
Dharma Moolam hi Bhagwan Sarva Vedmayo Hari Smritim Cha Tudidva Rajanena Chatma Prasidati. The Supreme Being, the Personality of Godhead, is the essence of all Vedic knowledge, the root of all religious principles, and the memory of great authorities. O King Yudhishthir, the principle of religion is to be understood as evidence. On the basis of this religious principle, everything is satisfied, including one's mind, soul, and even one's body. Hare Krishna.
Nisha?
सत्यं दया तपः शौचं तितिक्षेक्षा शमो दमः अहिंसा ब्रह्मचर्यं च त्यागः स्वाध्याय आर्जवम् सन्तोषः समृद्धसेवा ग्राम्यो परमः शनेः नृणां विपर्ययेक्षा मौनमात्मविमर्शनम् अन्नदादेयः संविभागो भूतेभ्यश्च यथार्थतः तेष्वात्मदेवता बुद्धिः सुतरां ऋषु पाण्डव श्रवणं कीर्तनं चास्य स्मरणं महन्ता गतेः सेवे जावनतिदास्यं सख्यमात्मसमर्पणम् ऋणामयं परो धर्मः सर्वेषां समुदाहृतः त्रिंशल्लक्षणवान् राजन् सर्वात्मा येन तुष्यति. These are the general principles to be followed by all human beings. Truthfulness, mercy, austerity, observing fast on certain days of the month, bathing twice a day, tolerance, discrimination between right and wrong, control of the mind, control of the senses, non-violence, celibacy, charity, reading of scripture, simplicity, satisfaction, rendering service to saintly persons, gradually taking leave of unnecessary engagements, observing the futility of unnecessary activities of human society, remaining silent and grave and avoiding unnecessary talk, considering whether one is the body or the soul, distributing food equally to all living entities, both men and animals, seeing every soul, especially in the human form, as a part of the Supreme Lord, hearing about the activities and instructions given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the shelter of the saintly person, chanting about these activities and instructions, always remembering these activities and instructions, trying to render service, performing worship, offering obeisances, becoming a servant, becoming a friend, and surrendering one's whole self. O King Yudhishthir, these 30 qualifications must be acquired in the human form of life. Simply by acquiring these qualifications, one can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So Narad Muni is telling about those 30 qualities. I don't know how many we have of those 30 qualities, but I think what is mentioned is as we continue to do devotional service, right, by itself, everyone starts developing some of those qualities. And what is most important is, and also they get the intelligence, right? Lord Krishna himself says in 10.10 Bhagavad Gita, right, that he will give the intelligence. Tesham satat yuktanam bhastan priti purvakam. Right? Anyone who is doing the devotional service, I will give the intelligence so that they can come back to me, is mentioned. So I think this is quite a lot, at least, but as you do devotional service, I think, things start and develop, is what has been mentioned also. Hare Krishna, Jyoti.
Hare Krishna, Gajan, yes. Samskara yatra vichinna sa dvijo jo jagadyam ijyagyayana dhanani vihitani vijanmadam janma karma vadatana priya swashrama chodataha. Those who have been reformed by the Garbhadhana ceremony and other prescribed reformatory methods performed with Vedic mantras and without interruption, and who have been approved by Lord Brahma are Dvijas or twice born. Such Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, purified by their family traditions and by their behavior, should worship the Lord, study the Vedas, and give charity. In this system, they should follow the principles of 4 ashramas: Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's equally divided for a human being to follow the initial brahmacharya, then grihasthashram, and then vanprastha, and then sannyas. Is what Narad Muni is mentioning to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Prem sir?
Vipras ya dhyayan nidhi dini sad anyas ya prapti graha rajno vriti praja guptur aviprad va karadivi. For a Brahmana, there are 6 occupational duties. A Kshatriya should not accept charity, but he may perform the other 5 of these duties. A king or Kshatriya is not allowed to levy taxes on Brahmanas, but he may make his livelihood by levying minimal taxes, customs, duties, and penalty fines upon his other subjects. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Narad Muni is describing the religious aspects, right? And Brahman is, as we will read, right, is not just because somebody is born in a Brahmin family or somebody is born in a Kshatriya family. It's by the characteristics and the karmas. One can be a Brahman or a Vaishya or Kshatriya, right? Or Shudra, whatever, right? And but if he's one a Brahman, for the Brahman, what is described is there are 6 occupational duties, and those 6 are given here, right? To study the Vedas, to teach the Vedas, to worship the deity, to teach others how to worship, to accept charity, and to give charity is what is a Brahman's occupational duties. Ajay?
Vaishyastu vartavritti Syanityam Natsyanitram Brahmakulanugah Shudrasya Dvij Shushusha Vritasya Swamino Bhavet. The mercantile community should always follow the direction of Brahmanas and engage in such occupational duties as agriculture, trade, and protection of cows. For the Shudras, the only duty is to accept a master from higher social order and engage in his service. Hare Krishna.
Tarun?
Varta vichitra shalina na yayavashiloshanamam vipravitris chaturdeham sheyasi chotrarotra. As an alternative, a Brahmana may also take to the Vaishya's occupational duty of agriculture, cow protection, or trade. He may depend on that which he has received without begging. He may beg in the paddy field every day. He may collect paddy left in a field by its proprietor, or he may collect food grains left here and there in the shops of grain dealers. There are 4 means of livelihood that may also be adopted by Brahmanas. Among these 4, each of them in succession is better than the one preceding it. Hare Krishna.
Jaganyo Snotama Vrittima Napati Bhajen Naraha Rute Rajanya Mapatsu Sarveshamapi Sarvashah. Except in time of emergency, lower person should not accept the occupational duties of those who are higher. When there is such an emergency, of course, everyone but the Kshatriya may accept the means of livelihood of others. Hare Krishna.
Ritamritabhyam jive mritena pramritena va satyanritabhyam api va na srivritya kadachana itu muchya shilam prokta amritam yadayachitam mritum tu nitya chatra shata primata krishnam shmatam satyanitam cha vanijyam shavartirni cha shrevanam vajiyetam sada vipro rajanaksha jugustitam sarvavedmayo vipra sarvadevamayo nita. In time of emergency, one may accept any of the various types of professions known as Rit, Amrit, Mrit, Parmrit, and Satyanrit. But one should not at any time accept the profession of a dog. The profession of Anshasila, collecting grains from the field, is called Rit. Collecting without begging is called Amrit. Begging grains is called Mrit. Tilling the ground is called Parmrit. And trade is called Satyanrit. Engaging in the service of low-grade persons, however, is called Swavriti, the profession of the dogs. Especially, Brahmins and Kshatriyas should not engage in the low and abominable service of Sudras. Brahmins should be well acquainted with all the Vedic knowledge, and Kshatriyas should be well acquainted with the worship of demigods. That is what Narad Muni is describing to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Anilji?
शमो दमस्तपः शौचं सन्तोषात् क्षान्तिरार्जवम् ज्ञानं दया चितात्मा मत्त्वं सत्यं च ब्रह्मलक्षणम्. The symptoms of a Brahman are control of the mind, control of the senses, austerity, and penance, cleanliness, satisfaction, forgiveness, simplicity, knowledge, mercy, truthfulness, and complete surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And that's the symptoms of a Brahman, right? And that doesn't mean has to be born in the Brahman family. Anyone having those kind of symptoms, right? Who can control the mind, who can control the senses, who can do the austerity and penance, right? And simplicity, etc., right? Are the qualities of a Brahman. And let's do one more here. Sachin?
Shauryam Viryam Dhrutis Tejas Sta Tyagaschatmajayah Kshama Brahmanyata Prasadascha Satyam Cha Kshatra Lakshanam. To be influential in battle, unconquerable, patient, challenging and charitable, to control the bodily necessities, to be forgiving, to be attached to the Brahmanical nature, and to be always jolly and truthful. These are the symptoms of the Kshatriyas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nisha?
देव गुरुवच्युते भक्ति स्त्री वर्ग परिपोषणम आस्तिक्यमुद्यमो नित्यम नैपुण्यम वैश्लक्षणम. Being always devoted to the demigods, the spiritual master and the supreme Lord Vishnu, endeavoring for advancement in religion principles, economic development and sense gratification, dharma, artha, kam, believing in the words of spiritual master and scripture, and always endeavoring with expertise in earning money. These are the symptoms of Vaishya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So how the Vaishya, right, like the business community is Lakshanam, is characterized. We are going to pause here. Continue to read this. Narad Muni's answer to Maharaj Yudhishthira's question. Yeah. And since it's a Hanuman Jayanti today, we are going to see a very beautiful Hanuman Aarti from there's a place called Sarangpur Dham. Yeah, I don't know if you have heard about it. In Gujarat, Sarangpur Dham. That's where we are going to see the Aarti from. So it's like 7 to 8 minutes. So happy Hanuman Jayanti. Yeah?
जय कपि बड़वंता प्रभु जय कपि बड़वंता सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित मदरज हनुमंत बड़वंता, प्रभु जय कपि बड़वंता। सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित, सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित, पद रज हनुमंता। जय कपि बड़वंता। गौड़ प्रताप पवन सुत, त्रिभुवन जयकारी। प्रभु त्रिभुवन जयकारी। असुर रिपु मद गंजन, असुर रिपु मद गंजन, भय संकट हारी। जय कपि बड़वंता, जय कपि बड़वंता। प्रभु जय कपि बड़वंता। सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित, सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित, पद रज हनुमंता। जय कपि बड़वंता। भूत पिशाच विकट ग्रह, पीड़त नहीं जमते। प्रभु पीड़त नहीं जमते। हनुमंत हाक सुनीने, हनुमंत हाक सुनीने, थर 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 कंपे। जय कपि बड़वंता, जय कपि बड़वंता। प्रभु जय कपि बड़वंता। सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित, सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित, पद रज हनुमंता। जय कपि बड़वंता। रघुवीर सहाय उड़ंग्यो, सागर अति भारी। प्रभु सागर अति भारी। सीता शोध ले आए, सीता शोध ले आए, कपि लंका जारी। जय कपि बड़वंता, जय कपि बड़वंता। प्रभु जय कपि बड़वंता। सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित, सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित, पद रज हनुमंता। जय कपि बड़वंता। राम चरण रति दायक, शरणागत त्राता। प्रभु शरणागत त्राता। प्रेमानंद कहे हनुमंत, प्रेमानंद कहे हनुमंत, वांछित फल दाता। जय कपि बड़वंता, जय कपि बड़वंता। प्रभु जय कपि बड़वंता। सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित, सुर नर मुनि जन वंदित, पद रज हनुमंता। जय कपि बड़वंता, जय कपि बड़वंता। जय कपि बड़वंता, जय कपि बड़वंता। जय कपि बड़वंता।
बोलो श्री कष्टभंजन देव की जय। अरे हवे फायरवर्क।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज राज, निज मन मुकुर सुधारी। मरणौ रघुबर विमल यशो, जोदाय कमल धारी। वायुपुत्रं विकटकाय हरिमर्कटमर्कटाय भक्तवत्सलाय नमः दीनबन्धवे नमः विकटकाय हरिमर्कटमर्कटाय भक्तवत्सलाय नमः दीनबन्धवे नमः
बोलो श्री कष्टभंजन देव की जय श्री राम।
Right. You had nice live.
Too good. Very nice.
Yeah. There's so many people gathered and then Hanuman Jayanti celebration. Cool. So it was great. And we'll continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam. See you tomorrow at 9:30. Yeah.
See you
Hare
tomorrow.
Krishna,
Bye.
everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.